back to another KPC live. Welcome everybody. Happy Valentine's, happy Lunar New Year, 설날 in Korea over here. Welcome everybody. Let me know where you guys are all watching from. It is currently 12:48 p.m. in Seoul, South Korea. Hey everybody. Hello Indian Cutie, Lynn, Simpleton Crawls, Emery Raj, Consuel, all the journals. Hello, everybody. Yes, Ihia, yeah. Hello, Valentine's Day. Yes, Diana from NYC. Hello, cute doggo. All right. So yeah, we have a lot in stock today. We're going to be talking about a lot of different subjects. From BTS being so awful and bad for what they're doing right now, I really want to criticize them. And also, we have Minijin winning the case, which shocked a lot of people. We have a huge outrage about Korean racists on the internet towards Southeast Asia, and Southeast Asia all uniting up against these racist people. So that news. And on top of that, we have a lot of different cultural stuff as well, which we'll be talking about it related to 설날, Lunar New Year over here, and our customs, our traditions, and then Korea's economic state at the moment is at its all-time high, maybe. So we're going to be talking about all that kind of stuff today on KPC Live. So if you are a newcomer, please subscribe, hit that like button before we go on. Apologies for that 10-minute delay. I was just so starving before the stream. We had DK News right before this, the after show. So yeah, I just had to go get some ramen. TMI, I went to Outback Steakhouse last week because I had something to celebrate about with my friend, and I bought him steak, and I don't know why, but we couldn't finish that steak, so I brought that home, and it was lying in the fridge for like 3 to 4 days. I don't know if it's safe to actually eat that, but I was like, oh, it's a waste of meat, and I love meat, so I just dropped it in my ramen and boiled it again. Kind of got overcooked, but I hope it's safe. I don't know. If I get food poisoning, then it is what it is. I'll lose some weight, maybe. Yeah, but happy Valentine's, everybody. Hello from Los Angeles. All right. Okay. From Montana, from Lund, Sweden. Oh, wow, Lund. David's face is definitely looking thinner. Way to go. Okay. I love hearing that. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. Did you guys do anything for Valentine's? I'm kind of in the Valentine's mood right now with the pink uh, sweatshirt over here, but um, yeah, unfortunately, I didn't receive anything for Valentine. I didn't meet anybody for Valentine's Day. Um, yeah, it's my sad single life over here, living alone. Even during the Lunar New Year, everyone's in their hometown, probably meeting their family, reuniting. Our family, it's been a rough year, past year. Grandfather passed away. He was like the root, the pillar of our family, the center point where everybody gathered. I mean, it wasn't a big family to begin with. We only had max 6 members gathering during the Lunar New Year, but now that my grandma is hospitalized, my grandpa has passed away, there's no one to actually be the center point. Yeah, so nobody's gathering, no family, anything. It's kind of sad, kind of depressing, but yeah, I'm here all by myself in Seoul. I do have my doggo over there. She's just munching on some snacks. I am scheduled to visit Busan the day after tomorrow because I couldn't get any tickets in the meantime. Like, Sollar tickets, the train tickets are fully booked. So I had to freelance my way and find my own schedule. Good thing is I don't have radio tomorrow, so at least I'll have some time to go visit my parents. So it's not that bad. I just have
Happy
to bear
Valentine's
like
Day.
2 more days of loneliness, and that's about it. But yeah, it's definitely getting quite lonely if you go to the convenience stores and see all those chocolate boxes stacked up. I don't think they're selling as well as before. Usually when I go on Valentine's Day, I would see like the racks kind of empty, but Yeah, I don't think maybe it's the economy. People don't think like this consumerism is good. But oh wow, Dolly baby, thank you so much for the $20. Happy Valentine's Day. Pizza, pizza. That really cheers me up for sure. For sure. Yeah, that gives me extra energy to go on. But yeah, what happened to the girls you were dating? That's only for Patreon, so don't spill any tea on the public stream. If you want access to that information, go sign up to Patreon as a free member, and you'll get the tea. You're dog sitting for Valentine's Day. Well, sounds good. Sounds good. Waited for the discounts. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're probably gonna get huge on the discounts for chocolate. The leftovers from Valentine's, right? Nope, I don't celebrate it. Me neither. I mean, I don't have anyone to celebrate it with. So in Korea, Valentine's is girl gives gift or chocolate to guy, and then the guy has to pay back the debt, or do the same thing month away on March 14th. It's called White Day. And normally the occasion is you buy candy for the girl, but nowadays it's just gifts, presents, probably more expensive than a chocolate. Hey, it's hard to be a man. Yeah. All right, so let's go straight on into today's news and items. We have a lot to cover today. So, what shall we go on with first? I think everybody just wants to get over with this, so let's just finish this up. So, first of all, Minijin would won the put option lawsuit against Hai. Wow, we have some closure, finally, some conclusions. So, the Seoul Central District Court ordered Hybe to pay Min 25.5 billion Korean won, about 17.5 million US dollars, and it also ruled that former Adore executives who exercised put options should also receive 1.16 million dollars. 1.4 Korean about yeah, that's a lot of money. Anyways, yeah, a lot of money. At the same time, Hybe's separate lawsuit seeking confirmation of the termination of the shareholders agreement was dismissed. All in all, I mean, I'm not even going to get into the detail of this. All in all, Minijin won. She got her complete victory in terms of this. The eyelid plagiarism wasn't even, accused for. She won for that as well too. The bottom line logic is that she was just planning. She didn't execute it. The court saw that as just, a planning phase, and Minijin's side, and there was evidence that she was about to get approval, or the premise that she would get permission to do all this kind of stuff in talks with Hybe. So it wasn't going against behind their back and backstabbing them or anything. I guess that's how the legal world works. It's all about the law and interpretation, and in this case, she won. So yeah, she only conspired against Hyde. So it's a big win for her. And for the eyelid plagiarism thing, the court also ruled that she was the then CEO of Adore, and she had to look out for her babies and IP. So it was reasonable criticism coming from her end, trying to protect her intellectual property. So pointing that out isn't that grave enough for her to get, what Hybe is accusing her for. So yeah, Hybe is definitely appealing the decision. This is not a finished match, but everyone was indeed very, very surprised when they saw the ruling itself. Nobody would think but have thought that this would have been such a landslide victory for her. She's very happy. Her team's very happy. They're all saying like, "Wow, how did how did David win against Goliath?" Because Hive had 23 ex-judges and prosecutors on their team, kind of pressuring the current judge making the ruling, but still, the law couldn't be bent. That was very surprising. Hyde put in a lot of money and energy into this, but yeah, this result was definitely not predicted. So yeah, the suit is going to go on. It's going to be taken to the higher court. If Hyde maybe gets a disadvantageous outcome from that as well, they might appeal as well. So they got two shots left. for now, she has posted on her Instagram a picture of a dinosaur, an AI generated video of herself in the image of a dinosaur with a blue cap and green stripes, running around with bunnies in rollerblades, which is obviously New Jeans. So there is speculation on what's going to come next after this. Is she going to actually try to extract New Jeans? Is she going to try to do something? I don't think so. Yeah, the chances are very low. The lawsuit isn't completely done. The New Jeans case, after all, Hybe won for that. So New Jeans is bound by contract under Hybe. So there's not many cards she can pull up against that. So yeah, probably just wait out the contract and maybe she has some wiggle room there. But for now, that is the case. And yeah, a lot of people are surprised, right? Mm. Okay. Hello, everybody. Yes. No way, man. I know it's very hard to believe, right? But everyone was betting on Hybe. Maybe, on a betting side, if there was a bet against who's going to win between Minijin and Hybe, it would have been a very interesting outcome because most of the people would have betted on Hybe. But yeah, she got her win. She can take a breath for a moment. Apparently, the put option money, which is equivalent of 17.5 million US dollars, according to some legal folks on the internet, they say that Hive has to take into action of actually transferring that money, not directly to her, but her, I don't know, like a trust fund or an intermediate kind of, place where it can lay over for a while until the case is concluded. But in the meantime, Hive does have to put in the money that they technically now owe to Minijin, according to this case's ruling. So yeah, right. So okay, yeah. So this was a very shocking turn of events. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section. And before we go on, we have another iconic figure over here. Treminasu got its all thanks from the Singles Inferno creator and production staff. So we all enjoyed Singles Inferno Season 5, right? And I don't think anybody will deny the fact that Treminasu was the main carrier. She literally spiced up the show. She stirred the pot, and there was a lot of dopamine generated by her. So yeah, it was a very. I mean, they had 5 matches at the end. That's a record, and they have 15 people appearing on it. Um, it was very messy in the middle. The athlete Minji was on it as well too, so got a lot of buzz. But the production staff and the producers literally thanked her afterwards for her controversialness, I guess. And Hong Jin-kyung actually, the main panel, the funny woman, also apologized to her during Heshik. So it's all good now, and yeah, I think it's all bright for her. Unfortunately, she is not meeting with the guy she matched with. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to reveal the guy, but anyways, yeah, she's not with him because there have been sightings of him in the States with another girl being very intimate. I mean, probably a lot of time has passed. They might have been dating in the start, but things might have not worked out. Who knows? Or maybe they were just faking it for the camera in the first place. But yeah, it is kind of debunked that they are actually dating. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Singles Inferno was like that. Spoiler, I'm so sorry, but it's been over for a while, and yeah, it's all over the internet on the Instagram. So it would have been really boring if it hadn't been Treminosu. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, and if you'd like to support me with a nice meal, then buymeacoffee.com/koreanpizzaclub or PayPal. True, I love Minasu and Minji. Yeah, I think those are the 2 stars of this season's Singles Inferno. Yeah, speaking of another star, this is kind of interesting news. I think you might be interested. So Yeah, he's Korea's biggest official YouTuber. He's known as Chungju Man. So Chungju is a city in Korea. It's not a well-known city. It's just one of those cities. And he runs the city's YouTube channel as a public worker, right? And he's basically a government official, like a public worker. Yeah. And he nearly garnered 1 million subscribers. I think he was like 20K short from it. And he resigned. He resigned recently. I think I thought he would like literally, just stay there forever and do his YouTube job. But he resigned, and the city official said the registration hadn't yet not been finalized, but it will be processed. And why this is so big news is because if you look at this was his last video. He's like, I'm leaving Chungju YouTube over here. And it says that Chungju Man's departure triggered a 30,000 subscriber drop, sparking a heated internal reaction. Yeah, so he was a very influential figure. He was kind of like this anomaly because all these city YouTubes or like little governments try to like promote their YouTube channels and cities via YouTube, but they've all failed. But he was like a very creative and viral kind of guy, and the controversy is though, so he's quitting, and people are like, why? Why are you quitting? First reason could be, because this is kind of weird, in my opinion. It's not weird, but it's also weird. So he's a government person, right? He works for the city, and his job is to promote the city via YouTube. But he was an outlier. He was great at his job, so he made the channel super viral. He made it up to 1 million subscribers. People loved it. People looked into Chungju City because of him. But apparently, he didn't get to keep any of the revenue generated from the YouTube. And, with his talent, if he were a private YouTuber, like independent YouTuber by himself, he would have raked in money here and there, right? Going on shows, going on. He was actually on a lot of shows and doing freelance stuff. But because of his title and his status as being a government worker, he didn't receive any extra incentive. Other than he got some favoritism from the city mayor. Obviously, the city mayor was very, very happy with his performance. Thus, he was promoted. He was promoted to, what do you call it? He was promoted to a grade 6 or whatever. Apparently, that is pretty. Like, it's a Okay, there we go. It says in this article, he was promoted to a sixth grade team leader position that others would have had to work for 20 years to get. And I wonder how much they dislike me internally because I didn't do any rotation work just because I was promoting. So basically, he got hate internally because he got promoted for his performance. And, the public working government society is pretty much closed. There's not a lot of action going inside there. It's just the same people for decades and years over and over, and it takes very slow for them to get points and, achievements and promotes. And there's like a standard passage and also like an amount of time for you to get promoted as a civil worker, right? But because he showed a lot of achievements and surprises with the YouTube channel, the success, the mayor directly just promoted him, and he got a lot of hate from the inside. And he really felt it, and he admitted that there were people disliking him. And there was actually a case where someone anonymously uploaded on this blind site saying that it's a joke that he skipped all these promotions and straight ahead went to the sixth grade team leader position when he was just doing his job doing YouTube, and that's not fair. And that person was very salty. The poster was very salty, saying like I should have done YouTube too. So yeah, like I think it's unfair for him because like if you're that much of an outlier, I do think you deserve certain incentives or a promotion and some public recognition as well. But people were just very jealous, in my opinion. And as I said, the civil service working environment is just very a confined environment. Not a lot of change goes in there. It's very conservative. Also, this is a city. It's not even Seoul. It's like a rural city, right? So yeah, I understand. Understand that that's the environment, but people from the outside are standing up for him, saying like, "You made the right decision. Now, you can go do whatever you want." Okay, the camera just disconnected, so let me just try to connect it one more time. Sorry, guys. Let me just give me 1 minute. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Going back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Yeah, so sounds like a lot of jealousy, definitely. Definitely. Um and yeah, get other benefits other government workers doesn't have. Yeah, he got a lot of benefits for sure. What city? It's called Chungju City. Chungju. hmm Yeah. So I mean, I feel bad for him, but now he is going to work side. There are rumors that he's going to work side by side with the former city mayor that's now running for, what is it, governor? Yeah, he's gonna run for governor, so maybe he's gonna be his PR guy or something like that, or maybe he's gonna make his individual channel. Hope the best, wish the best for him, but yeah, this has been some pretty big news in Korea for a while now, so wishing the best for him. I mean, if he has that much amount of creativity and viral talent, I think it should be recognized. Yeah. Um, yeah, so okay. So good luck to Chungju man. Wish him all the best. And now to everybody's favorite topic, BTS. All right. So they came back with a full photo cover for GQ across 15 countries. Look at this. Wow, look at this. Okay, I'm not trying to cut the screen. It's just how it's cropped. Sorry to Suga and JK over there. But wow, this looks like the Final Supper or something, Last Supper or something. And yeah, this is GQ. BTS begins again. The biggest boy band has come back, and it's a full interview of them. This is the official cover. BTS is back. Any questions? And if you scroll down, you'll see fantastic photos over here. Wow, look at that. That is so crisp. That looks so bold and manly, right? My gosh. I hate them for this. Oh my god, did I disconnect again? Okay. Yeah, BTS broke my camera again. But in the meantime, while I connect again, if you go down here, we got some black and white photos as well. We got Suga, J-Ho, V coming out from a van. Oh wow. And if you scroll down a little bit more, I love this J-Ho picture. All right. And oh yes, V with his, what is that? Is that a trumpet or a trombone? It's a trumpet, right? So V with his love for jazz, I can definitely see. These pictures are amazing. These pictures are truly amazing. And why is my, what do you call it? Video today acting up? There we go. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I stopped that V because he deserves more screen time. But yeah, there's Jimin and RM playing ping pong. Wow, look at these pictures. Very well shot. Very well shot. Obsessed, right? Uh-huh. And Suga with his guitar, elect guitar. Wow, I really like this picture. Ooh, look at the jacket. Oh, right, yeah. Jin walking like a model over here, just boasting his tall height and his long legs. I love the I love the jeans. Jimin, a nice mirror selfie with what is that? Leica, a very nice camera of himself, looking very sleek like a man. Yeah, well, that's a long interview, so definitely go check it out. Oh my gosh, look at this. He just really just revealed his sleeve over here. Full confidence level. A little shaky, but that adds more value to the picture over here. Ooh, those are really good pictures, right? Yeah. Okay, we got the JJ duo over here. JK and Jin. Yeah, just chilling on the couch. Really nice pictures, right? RM, oh, wow. Looking like that lawyer guy at Hunter x Hunter, with the glasses. Or maybe Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, okay. I really love his suit and his leather pants, right? Looking sick over here. All right, these photos are really top notch, high quality. Good job, GQ, right? You've ordered the mag, it's cheaper than others too, so it's gonna sell really well. Yeah, for sure. With all these pictures, mm-hmm. Look at this. Looks amazing, right? So go check it out, guys. GQ magazine. They did a really wonderful job, and it adds more significance because it's their first group photo uh, after their military. So yeah, I mean, it's been official for a while, but visually, now we can finally see what it's gonna look like. The pictures are amazing. Yeah. Uh-huh. Great article. They look like models. They are models. Yeah. You have to read that interview. Yeah, I for sure read it. GQ8. Mm-hmm. They look so good. Okay, so yeah, I'm excited about that, but this too. So, has anyone seen this in their area? What is your love song? The tape? Is BTS asking this? So, this is Hongsu right now. Hongsu is the land of pop-ups and trendy stuff. This whole building is plastered with this at the moment. We see a lot of these tapes with What is Your Love Song over here. And not only Hongsu, but this is all around the world at the moment. If you go to like Times Square or London or whatever, you'll see all of this. So there was an article that just came out today um, about BTS, and you can see over here. Yeah, let me pull this article up for you. Oh, so many ads. Okay, not the best interface, but you can see it over here, right? You have over here, one over here. This is London, apparently. This is, I think that's Tokyo, is it? And this is COEX. So they're doing a lot of campaigns related to this "What is your love song" kind of thing, and it's going on Spotify. They have an official site over here. You can visit the site, and you can actually share your love song with BTS. There's some mission guidelines. You can put in your name actually. Yeah, I just revealed my address. Please ignore that, but yeah, you can put in BTS love song, your own love song, and then you submit, and then it takes you to the Spotify playlist where you can see everyone's submission for what is your love song. So Spotify doing hard work over here. You go over here, and oh my gosh, yeah. So you will see a bunch of love songs, Spring Day, and these are all probably submitted songs, and they're selecting them and adding it to the playlist over here. So yeah, we don't know exactly what's going on, which love song speaks to your heart the most, and the reports just said it's just a reflection of their upcoming Arirang album's message about like deep love, all sorts of different kinds of love. But we don't have like a concrete reasoning or meaning behind this yet. I'm waiting for the big reveal. Especially yesterday, if you went to COEX, there was a big wall of roses. You can pluck out the roses. They actually gave out 7,500 roses that day, probably because of Valentine's, right? But on in sync with BTS's campaign as well. So after they take out all the roses, there was like a BTS sign beneath. So yeah, it was a flash event, I would say. Valentine's roses and army all around the world just showing that they got their army bombs and they got the tape saying what is your love song on it as well. You can see over here people aren't discarding their tapes. They're actually keeping it and using it as decor. I think that's cute. I think that's brilliant. And this was how COEX looked like yesterday after the roses were all picked out. Yeah. So what is going on? Like, I hate BTS right now because they're keeping us in the dark, and I can't wait to hear. I'm just an impatient guy, and I've been guessing and trying to speculate what the meaning behind "What Is Your Love Song" thing is for the past few days, and there are no clues. It's just very cryptic and mysterious, and it's just like a worldwide campaign without even dropping their names. So, what's the meaning behind all of this? I've been discussing with Danny for the past few hours, and we couldn't get a grasp of what it means. Uh, my best guess is that it's going to be like talking about all the spectrums of love in their lyrics. They do have like a playlist, a separate playlist that have different kinds of love, like six different, what you know, kinds of love, from self love, fandom love, blah 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 blah, unrequited love, something like that. So, yeah, it's definitely about love, but why are they receiving love song submissions? Why did they give out 7,500 roses? Why are they just plastering all these places without any hint that it's BTS all around the world? It's not like the song name is going to be "What Is Your Love Song," right? It's Ariran. So there must be a reason. This must be a build up for something bigger. But I just can't grasp any ideas that make sense to me right now. I've seen a lot of YouTubers with their own theories, but nothing really seemed very convincing. So let me know what you think about this. Uh huh. What is my love song? Wow. I don't think I listen to a lot of love songs. But if I had to pick one love song right now, it would definitely be Young Kai's Blue. That song is so good. That song is so good. Everyone knows that song because it's a super viral TikTok song, but the actual original song itself is so good. Hmm. I'm so interested what this album is going to sound like, right? Like I can't really guess anything about this. Like there's no we need more hints. And I'm pretty sure the press and the reporters know something better because they all received simultaneously some information about this campaign today morning from the Big Hit PR team. But yeah, they pretty I think they might have some more information about where this is going because I've seen like Eyes Mag or Fast Paper Mag or all these magazines, Instagram magazines posting about this even before they BTS went official with the websites or the Spotify playlist or the Army Bombs or whatever, and they gave out hints that it was BTS. So definitely Big Hit or Hybe was feeding them with some sort of breadcrumbs and information that it's related to BTS. Whether or not they got extra information on it is another thing, but yeah, I'm just dying out of curiosity. So BTS is just killing us right now with their GQ photos and the mysterious comeback teasers, and I just hate them for this right now. I can't I'm a really impatient guy. I just can't wait to find out what this is. And it's not like there are any like convincing theories as well too. Like if there are any theories we can actually lean onto, then it would be better. But right now, what they're doing, it's just so bad. It's just so bad for them. Don't leave us in the dark, please. Give us something. Feed us. We need some of that, bread. Uh, You saw what armies found like theories about the cover and all? No, I did not. Please share some if you have. 14 songs, 7 for group and 7 for solo performances? Really? Okay. 우리 사랑하지 말아요. Is that a love song though? It's about like let's not love. Okay. Yeah. Their PR team really have us on a leash, exactly. They're just leaving us here, stranded. I feel like I'm lost in a desert. I'm happy not knowing. We'll find out eventually. No, it's like a curse on me right now. I'm dying to know, but there's no sufficient information, no good theories out there. Each member's individual playlist of love songs is incredible on YouTube Music. Like, what other group does this? Uh, Yeah. Anyways, I don't think you guys have any more interesting theories by the look of it in the chat. If you do, please drop them. Please entertain me. Thank you, Rachel, for the super chat. Pizza Pizza, since you mentioned you don't have a Valentine, take this as a token of appreciation from your favorite SC topping. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Treat yourself, too, please. Yeah. And yeah, I will go buy a chocolate with those $5, Rachel. Thank you so much. Well, it's to build tension and excitement. It's working, yes, but also it's building up frustration as well too. 32 more days still to go. I know, right? They're just like drying us out right now at this point. And I'm kind of pissed because I didn't get my army bomb. Like I had a meeting and I had some work that morning, and I didn't know it would get sold out. I thought they would have a lot in stock, but apparently the army bombs got sold out in like 2 seconds or something. And then they had a second drop at around 11 a.m. And I heard that from the articles or whatever. I went in and it was sold out again. And I still don't have any restocking on Weavers. So I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Yeah, but hopefully I could get my hands on army bombs. Oh my gosh, everything's such a competition, and it's being very frustrating for me. Same. Now we have to wait for the restock, right? Yeah. Ugh. Anyways, BTS, please don't dry us out like this. Yeah. Okay. So, well, to refresh some air, I just brought this because it's not news, but I just thought she's stunning. Like, look at this, Kazuha. This is wow. Like her style and her visuals, it's just so stunning. Doesn't she look like Suzy? She kind of looks like Suzy and Karina in one picture at the same time. Like, how is she so stunning over here? I just had to show this to you guys because, like, wow, I haven't been this like mesmerized by someone, just by visuals ever since Karina. But this is crazy. Yeah, she's from Le Sserafim, Kazuha. Yeah, but she's going to a fashion week, New York Fashion Week show. But damn, oof. Okay, she's pretty. Yeah, for sure, right? Um, I agree. It's hard when you have to compete for things. Loving, but it's hard. Exactly. Uh, yeah, but Kazuha is so pretty. Just wanted to bring that. And Blackpink is hosting a listening party at the National Museum. Look at this. Isn't it so pretty? This is the National Museum of Korea and it's lit up in black and pink. Really big applause for this. I think they planned this very well. So apparently they're doing recordings of their own voices in the museum as well. They're going to explain some historic artifacts. They're going to be having like listening parties in some zones of the museum, and it's going to be lit up like this every 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. or something like that during these dates. So I think it's really, really pretty, really cute, and yeah, I mean, all these K-pop groups, not all these, BTS and Blackpink getting these iconic backgrounds and significant buildings and locations in Korea for their comeback. I mean, after all, they are like the two pillars of K-pop right now. But as I said, even in the after show, it would only be applicable for BTS and Blackpink. And if we go to Kwangwon Plaza, only BTS. No K-pop group other than BTS would be allowed to perform there for their own comeback. For Blackpink, for the National Museum, I mean, it's not going to be used that much after 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. or whatever, and it's like a modern building. It's operated by someone, but Gwanghwamun Plaza is like a historical place, so there will be tons of backlash if any other group than BTS were to perform there. Even Blackpink, I wouldn't say. Maybe Blackpink could wiggle their way in, but I I still think there would be criticism from Korean people saying like, why are you renting out a historical site to a K-pop group? But it's BTS why it worked, and people are just fine, okay with it. Yeah, it's gonna be historic with the Netflix viewing and stuff. But yeah, this I'm definitely willing to visit, get a good picture of it. Congratulations to Blackpink on this successful collab. It's just really, really pretty. I am not gonna check out the the curating, the recordings of. So apparently Lisa's recording in Thai, Rose in English, Jenny and Jisoo in Korean. So you'll be able to hear their voices in your ears, explaining about some artifacts. That's gonna be interesting. So if you're in Korea during this time, like February 28th to March 8th, definitely visit the National Museum of Korea because while you're here, why not? It's a go-to place. It's a must go-to place. So stick around to see the lights, right? Blackpink has been on it, yeah. BTS has performed in the National Museum as well. hmm K-pop will definitely dominate the charts this year. Yes, a lot of people are looking forward to this K-pop super cycle coming in 2026. For sure. That is so cool. I know, right? Yeah. Um, will sound like heaven in your ears, right? Yeah. Okay, going back to one of the theories, it was there from the start on a blank cover on a website. An army manipulated the exposure and contrast to reveal the hidden bird bridge texture. Linked to the story of Chuseok. Really? Huh. Okay, we'll have to wait for more confirmation on that. It's a great museum, for sure. Yeah, you must go. Like, if you're in Korea, if you're in Seoul and you don't visit this place, you're missing out. Yeah, they got great souvenirs and merch here as well. Um, I would go if I was in Seoul. I like Blackpink. Yeah, let me do a little vlog, just as I did with the BTS concert vlog. I'll go to this place and virtually show you how it is, do the listening party stuff. Uh, it's in 2 weeks, so yeah, let me plan that out. I'll be in Busan for the next week, so. Mm-hmm. Congrats to Blackpink. And oh yeah, let's go on to the Seollal news. So it's lunar holiday. The holidays have started officially yesterday because it was Saturday and now Sunday, and then the actual Seollal starts on Monday to I think it's Tuesday, right? I think it's up to Tuesday. So maybe it started officially today. But anyways, I'm not that much of a traditional person. I'm a freelancer, and the just the what do you call it? The corporate workers are the ones that are just enjoying their time right now. But yeah, Solar Lunar New Year has started, and this is how it used to look like back in the day when we didn't have the KTX or any fast transportation. So the alternatives weren't there. So everyone had to flock to their own country homes using car, and this is a toll gate from Seoul, and it took 16 hours. Everyone was stuck on the highway for 16 hours from Seoul to Busan. This was 30 years ago, and people like I don't know why. Like logically, cars should be moving a little bit, right? But people were just like opening up their car doors and just chilling out there because like they were stuck. Probably some accidents ahead of the road. Other than that, I can't explain why. They were having food at the rest stops like this. Oh, those potatoes look so good, right? Having some ramen. Look at the old plates and people just like outside and like, what's happening? Oh, the bottleneck is probably affecting it, right? Yeah, and having little picnics on the side of the highway. This is crazy. This is crazy. These people just gave up. Yeah, and these are the buses, the express buses. People would fight for their seats with the express buses. Look at that. Yeah, it looks like LA 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 Land intro, right? Yeah, and then there were like slower trains. These people would have gotten lucky if they got their tickets, but these trains would take, yeah, a couple 7 hours, I would say 7 to 8, 9 hours. KTX nowadays only takes 2.5 hours. But yeah, these are some very old pictures. Wow, wow. I remember once uh, going to Seoul from Busan in the early 2000s via car with my dad and mom, and we were stuck so long that I had to pee. And I vividly remember my dad just, just like this, he just parked the car in the middle of the highway because it was barely moving, anyways. And there were like 1,000 cars in front and behind me, and I was a little kid, but I still had a sense of privacy. But then my dad was like, "Oh, you can't do anything about it, so let's just pee over there on the asphalt." So I peed, and I was like, "No, I don't want to show my elephant to everybody." And then he was like, "What are you gonna do then? Like pee in your pants? Like just pee there." And I remember that. Yeah, I remember that in the old days. But yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. So I'm gonna take the bullet train, obviously, on Monday night. That's what I could only afford because all the other tickets were sold out. Hmm. Nah, that's crazy. Yeah, looks like LA, 23 lanes to 7 is crazy. Yeah. So that's good old Korea for you. Good old Korea. That happens. But also, what happens at home is Confucian scholars propose simpler holiday memorial rite tables to promote family harmony. So if you gather around, normally the females prepare all the food in the kitchen. They cut the fruits and, cook the fish and make the pancakes, and they serve it to their ancestors and the men in the house. That's how it used to roll. Nowadays, obviously, because of gender equality and everything, husbands and males help out as well. But in very conservative traditional families, that's still how it goes. And we have rites like this, like rituals we do for our ancestors, and it depends on family to family on the diversity of how many food or fruit you put on the table. But yeah, this looks like a typical table. This is on the richer side, I would say. You can see from octopus, fried pancakes, chon, and rice cake skewers, apples, pears, definitely more rice cakes, fish, all these kind of things with crackers, and then obviously you have some soju and alcohol, Korean alcohol. So we got to prepare this, and yeah, so people are pushing for a simpler version of this because it's just so much of a hassle. We do eat this afterwards, yeah, but still, like modern times, people adjust, and you're literally just, I don't know. I'm a Christian family, so I'm a little biased, but putting this in front of a screen that represents your ancestors, I know it's a ritual. It's just something you do, and you reflect on yourself and thank your roots for making us be here, exist as we who we are. So it's a way of showing that and just like reflecting on yourself and appreciation, gratitude, all that. But like the act itself is kind of superstitious and it's kind of stupid in a way. Don't cancel me, Koreans, but I'm Christian. I don't do this anyways. Yeah, my mom, my aunt, my grandma was all exempt from this activity. Although she did have to cook some fried pancakes for my grandpa, though. Like she had to bring some for us to eat, so there was still a certain amount of labor to be done. But yeah, there are like certain ways you need to place these fruits in order. If you Google it up, you can see it. I think nobody, no modern Korean would have the placement map in their head by memory. Like they would all search it up on Google, and some Confucianist scholar living in Andong would have uploaded it, and people like look at it. Oh, fruits go here, fish go here, and then like you go around and pour some sake, and yeah, that's how it usually goes. And at the end of the day, it's just all very draining. So I'm glad that people are opening up, and I mean, it is a tradition. It is our culture. So I'm not against it. I'm actually supportive towards preserving it, but actual people getting forced to do it while they don't believe in it or they don't see the necessity of it is, yeah, it's their own decision. That's what I'm saying, right? Yeah. The Center on Traditional Korean Etiquette under Institute of Korean Confucian Culture presented guidelines on customized Lunar New Year ancestral rites that reflect contemporary social conditions while preserving the spirit of tradition. The proposal aims to address the excessive labor and family conflicts that often arise during holiday preparations and to reaffirm the rite's original purpose of fostering family unity. Way to go. Yeah. Good, good. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's good. How would this affect local businesses? Yeah, in the old days, if you go to the marketplaces, they sold all these fruits and stuff, and it was like a um, big sales moment for them. But I think it's just dwindled throughout the years, anyways, and people just order this stuff by just apps or big supermarkets anyway. So I don't think, yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter that much. People are gonna who do it are still gonna do it, and I think a lot of people might become like a little lazy and they'd be like, let's not do it anymore. So that would probably drop the sales, but that's just like natural selection for you. You know, it's hard, but you got to adapt to supply and demand, trend, and societal change if you're in a business sector. Like it's sad, but it's reality, right? Just how like a lot of people are losing jobs from AI, and we can't stop it because AI is like a whole money race, and these greedy big techs are trying to be at the forefront of it, right? So there's no stopping that. So like rather than getting extinct and deteriorate, like you better adapt to it, right? So I think it's the same for any kind of industry out there. Um, yeah. So okay, I saw a weird comment. Let me skip that. That's a lot of food. Does it get eaten? Yeah, everybody eats it afterwards. Uh, Hi, David and pizza friends. Hello. That's no different what Caribbean families do. I would assume there are a lot of different rites all over the world. Yeah. Sounds like All Souls Day is celebrated on November 12th. 10th, too. Okay. Prob Online, yes. It's coming for all of us. We are cooked. For sure. Speaking of AI, okay, this is the perfect. Okay, actually, let me finish this whole part first. So, you know how everything. So, this is like, we got to be very careful. We got to preserve our ancestral customs and history and culture. We got to put it on life support at least. We can't lose it entirely. That would be super sad. Of course, we have records of it. Practicing is different, but the thing is, as the Korean Confucianist organization mentioned, it's about rem- it's about remembering the value of family, the unity. So as long as that value stays and continues on, I think it's fine when the customs actually shift and get like minimized or whatever, alter. So the thing is, though, even if you look at our family, I think it's a combination of a lot of different factors at once. First of all, the demographic pyramid. People aren't having babies, families aren't growing bigger. in the old days, my grandma and grandpa, they both had 6 siblings each. My mom and dad, they had 3 siblings each, at least. My generation, it's rare to even have a sibling. I would say like it's up to like 1.5. I know some people around me that have like one brother or one sister, but it's very rare to even go out and see 3 people. So I'm an only child, and that's become the norm. And in my generation, people aren't having babies, people aren't getting married. So it's now down to 0 point something, right? So the family structure is definitely dissolving because of the demographic structure itself. We're aging a lot, hyper aging society. So that's one big factor. And also, people are getting lazy. They are getting more, I guess, enlightened with science and technology, and they think like all these rituals are bullshit. Why are we bowing down to ghosts and offering food to ghosts? That makes no sense. It costs a lot, the economy, and young kids, Gen Z folks, are very rebellious as well too. So they're like, oh, I'm not putting up with this like very old fashioned stupid thingies. So all these things, and it's kind of dismantling the value of family. At the end of the day, who really decides that family is the biggest value over individualistic values? Like, I think people can have their own values, and but society wise, if a country is to continue as a country and a nation and a society and community, there needs to be families, and there needs to be, more kids, and a legacy, and a bloodline that continues and prospers, right? But like, I think that's now all gone, to the point where you see, like, it's not only about the the demographic itself. If you look at articles like this, let me show you. Okay, it's cropped so much. There you go. So if you look at this article, I'd rather earn money than listen to the nagging. Millennials, it's not even Gen Z. Millennials flock to $100 daily part-time jobs during Lunar New Year. They're choosing part-time jobs to avoid family gatherings and earn extra income. Job postings increased 383% ahead of the holiday. So they're going to convenience stores, cafes, whatever, and doing part-time jobs. And this person who is 30, freelancer, living in Mokdong, Seoul, I prefer working part-time on Lunar New Year's Day. I'm older now, so it's embarrassing to ask for allowance, and working during that time is much better. If I don't go to my grandmother's house, I'll spend time at home anyway, so working is good because I can make money and naturally explain why I can't go to the holiday. If I keep moving around, the holiday doesn't feel like a holiday. I'd rather somewhere be where I'm comfortable. Many of my part-time workers have volunteered work on Lunar New Year's Day. I'd rather work. Yeah, so look at this. People don't want to hear from their parents or their grandfathers. Like, usually, wow, look at all these part-time announcements. Yeah, flyers. And 66% of part-time workers said that they're down to work during the holidays. And the biggest reason is money, more money. And they're like, oh, it's an okay shift, and it's close enough, and it's easy because there's not a lot of customers, right? So it's kind of sad, but also understandable, as I'm in that generation where it's gotten to a point that surviving in this economy is so hard that you need to work, and every penny dime matters. But holidays at the same time are when you're supposed to rest, right? And also gather with your family and strengthen that bond and unity and share your feelings and life with your family members. But even if you look at me, I'm working right now as well too. Like, it's a gray line, but I'm working technically. I'm staying alone by myself. So, yeah, the change is definitely happening, and more people are living alone. They're avoiding their parents. There's less interaction between generations, and money is becoming the number one value in everything, even topping holidays. Um, so it's kind of unfortunate, but it's a reality. And we love an antisocial society. Yeah, it's an excuse from them to not get a nag for marriage or a child. That's a great point because when I used to go to my Lunar New Year or Chuseok gatherings, my grandpa or grandma would always say to me, "When are you gonna get married? Are you seeing anybody? If you get to see somebody, you need to bring her to me. Like she needs to qualify these, blah 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 blah." And my like other relatives would say that. I mean, we're a small family, so there wasn't a lot of nagging, to be honest. Like I've experienced a fraction of what's shown on the media or actually my friends get. So my friends that actually have big families, like people gather and it's like 15 people in a house. The guys, while the women are in the kitchen, gather up on the sofa and they're eating the fruit that the women carved for them. They're playing like poker or whatever, coast top, and they're all nagging down on like the weakest or the youngest link, saying like, "Oh, what kind of job do you got? Like, what's your salary? So what's your marriage plan? What's who? Do you have a girlfriend? Let's see your picture." And like they're judging you, and all that kind of shit. You don't want to put up with it. So I understand, like the younger generation, it's not even fun. It's just for their own entertainment. These people have boring lives, so they're they're gathering and they're picking on the. I don't think the right word would be picking on. Of course, there might be motives like that because they're just purely there for the entertainment. Some people are actually genuinely worried for a person like me who's at 34 and is not meeting anybody, is not seeing anybody, is not receiving any Valentine gifts, doesn't have any plans for marriage, and they see me as a loser. Yeah, it's totally valid in their eyes, in their values. Like in their generation, they got married at 26, and by my age, their kids were at elementary school and they were working their asses off for academy bills, cram school bills. But here I am, like I'm all by myself, living the best life. So maybe there might be a little saltiness, but or maybe there might be genuine concern. It's a mix of both, I think. But younger generations, they're like, why do I have to listen to this shit? So, yeah, it's stressful. So, life is hard anyways. Let's go just earn some money. At least that's going to be a good excuse. Like it's going to be the ultimate excuse to say like, "Oh, I could have just I couldn't get a leave from my job." Yeah. At least you get that hard working image. Hmm. Um Maybe Gen Alpha will turn around this trend and save humanity. I think it's gonna go way more downhill in Gen Alpha. Yeah, they're probably not gonna come out of their own metaverse. They're probably gonna wear their VR headsets and say like, "Let's meet in the metaverse. We can meet online. We're already doing like Zoom meetings, so they're probably gonna be like, yeah, log in, folks. Oh, Grandpa, what you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, I love your avatar skin. You look really young. I reckon you're healthy, right?" With their VTubers, the AI tech is getting out of control. Like, did you see the new model from DeepSeek, China? It is out of control. Like, it is 100% realistic for celebrity faces. I saw Tom Cruise and who was that? Brad Pitt fighting, and it was literally a new spin-off movie from Mission Impossible and the Fight Club or something. It's getting out of control. Yeah, so I think we are at the singularity point. It's accelerating, so I think it's going to get worse and worse. Technology is going to dismantle family and society at the end of the day. More of a dystopian future ahead of us, I dread. But yeah, uh, they're constantly asking my mom, doesn't she want grandkids? Yeah, that's what happens. David, don't worry. My extended family looks at me, the only female cousin that is single with no partner and no kids, that's 36. My younger cousin has like 5 kids. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. We have a saying for that in Korea. It's called 가시 방석, which means you're sitting on a thorn cushion. It's like you're sitting there on a cushion, but it feels like there are thorns or, you know, pricks coming out from that. And like you want to leave that situation as fast as you can. Yeah, isn't it more common to be single now? It is, but around me, I think people around my age, they at least are in a relationship. They're seeing someone for a long-term relationship, or they're considering marriage, or they are either married and have kids. It's a wide spectrum, but I think I'm at the least, like the last line. Of course, like compared to the old days, the the what do you call it? The amount of people that are single in this age bracket have definitely increased percentage wise, but within this age itself, the amount of people that are just single and not married would be pretty rare, I would say. Yeah. But I'm okay. If you listened and tuned into my recent podcast on Patreon, my exclusive podcast describing my recent sogeting encounters and meeting this new girl and stuff, and my realization after it, I looked deep into myself. And I was like, yeah, like I don't give an F about societal expectations. I'm just happy with what I am right now. Maybe this might be the wrong decision in the long term. Maybe I'm short-sighted. Maybe I should listen to advice around me saying that there is a time window for marriage. Like you'll miss a lot of good options. It's going to become difficult once you become 40. Like it's going to be physically challenging as well too to raise a child once you hit the 40s and above. It's going to be, yeah, you're going to be ostracized from the parents community when they're all in their 30s and you're in your 50s when your child is in junior high school or whatever. All these different things, and you'll feel lonely when you miss that time window and you never end up getting married, so there's a high risk in that too. I see all the valid points, but right now I'm just like I don't feel like it. I don't have anybody like that. And I value money and success and my career and my own happiness and my own lifestyle over marriage or committing to a relationship at the moment. So I've reflected on myself and I've found that to be true, and I'm going to stick with that. I don't know if this is going to be a toxic decision. Maybe it's poison to me, but that's what I think. Yeah. Ask yourself if you are okay not having a kid. So that's the thing, though. I want a kid. I really want a kid. But then I don't want like marriage right now. I'm not ready for it. So that's the dilemma over here. Will Koreans look down on me for being single if you're middle aged? I mean, who cares at the end of the day if they look down on you? They're people that don't matter in your life. I know, right? So, but if you if you are asking just for the sake of the question, there will be judgmental people. They probably be super judgmental on like, oh, maybe she's divorced, or maybe uh, it didn't work out, or maybe she has a flaw. That's how usually. So we have this very derogatory term for women, mostly. It's only for women to give thought. It's a term called 노처녀. It means old virgin. Um, and it's used in corporate settings a lot because women who climb the corporate ladder and get up to positions like team leader is very rare to see someone in their like early 40s or mid 40s in the team leader position because societally it's very hard to use. It's very hard to continue your career in the first place if you become a mother, right? That's the first hurdle. And even if you use uh, parental leave and you use all your rights, you lose a year, and then they kind of like ostracize you from the work chain, and it's very hard to adapt again. You might get transferred to another place or whatever, blah blah blah. There might be disadvantages, and guys will be accumulating points and achievements within that time, and employers know about this, so although it's illegal, they make it more advantageous for guys as well because they know that there's not going to be a discontinuation in the middle, and it's more efficient for them, and all these kind of things, right? But then if a woman is very just uh, enthusiastic and ambitious about her career, and she doesn't sacrifice her career for her marital life or her relationship status, and she works, and actually proves herself up to like a team leader position in her early to mid 40s, and she's still not married. People assume they're people become super judgmental and use that term 노처녀, and they spin the narrative saying like, oh, she's probably flawed somewhere, like, oh, there's a reason she couldn't get married to anybody because, like, yeah, like, why do you think she's left until this age? Because like all the guys were allergic to her, and it shows when she's working, right? She only thinks of work, and yes, she's very authoritative, blah 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 blah, all these kind of things. So if you were to ask, will people look down on you if you're single in your middle aged? The harsh reality is yes, and I think it might even be universal in all different countries. And it's like misogyny. It's pure misogyny. For males too, though. I at least there's a word for that, misogyny. I think it's not even like misandry for males. If you're middle aged and you're single and you're just like that, people will just see you as a pure failure. Like they don't even treat you as a human being. They're like, oh, he's a loser. He's a failure. There's no hate in it. There's no judgmental in it. Like it's just like for women, it's misogyny, and there's like a judgmental reason, or like, they try to find jealousy and hatred to like label it something, and then they spin that narrative. For a man and he's just single in his middle age, they're like, oh, fucking loser. You know. He's like, oh, yeah,
People at my
failure.
job constantly ask me if
Poor
I'm
human
married and
being.
have kids, and I've
It's
always
like
given a hard
men's
time,
values are
but
like
I'd
lower
rather be
than women
single
in
and
society,
childless
right?
than be
Like
with some deadbeat and
they're
raising a
just
kid
like,
all by myself.
you know, there. And they don't have any physically attractive charm or whatever. They have to prove themselves with only capability. And if they're just lying there and they're not married and like 40 or whatever, and they're not attractive like an actor, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, he's just one of those average Joes, like has a beer belly, has nothing better to do, unemployed, and like, not married. Of course he's not unmarried. Like no girl's gonna look at him as attractive. Like it's just like a you know, failure dude. So, yeah, I mean, both sides get hate and both sides get judgment. It's frustrating because I kind of feel that sometimes, I'm slowly feeling its and bits of it because, like, to some people, very judgmental people, I'm talking about all these judgmental people, okay? Not that I care that much, but it gets into your head sometimes. Like, oh, 34, YouTuber lives by himself, not meeting anybody. When does he even crawl out from his house? Oh, what a lame life. What a freaking loser. I've heard that stuff. Yeah, I've heard that stuff. If you go to a matchmaking company right now and give them my profile, they'll be like, I'm sorry, Mr. Customer. Unfortunately, you'll be a grade D because you don't have a professional job, you don't have stability, you're a YouTuber, not a lot of women like that, and you're already pretty old. Do you have some assets? How much money have you earned? At least we could maybe bump you up a little bit to a grade C with that. Let's consider. And I show you them my finances, and they'd be like, okay, maybe you can stay at grade D. You're a freaking loser. So yeah. But this is talking about, of course, the judgmental people, all right? Judgmental people. Hey, Magne Line, thank you for the $2. Your take, interracial marriage along with this issue. Um, there could be a lot of angles. I don't know what specific, you know, uh, what specific alignment you're talking about, but interracial marriage in general, about like family culture or something. First of all, there's another hurdle added to all of this, right? On top of all of the judgmental stuff that I talked about, then you get like into the disadvantage with the foreigner thing as well too. So definitely for sure not a better environment. You can maybe get a foreigner pass if you're thinking about it, like, you know, oh yes, like Westerners or like foreigners. Usually the stereotype is against as upon foreign Western folks like America, the U.S., the Europe or whatever. It doesn't apply to Asians or different continents. But if you're like a Westerner and you're single and you're just doing whatever you want, they'd be like, oh yeah, American. Like they're individualistic. They do whatever they do with their lives. Yeah, whatever. So they have different standards, and you could maybe get that pass from the judgmental people, but what is that worth anything? I don't know. But then like for Lunar New Year holidays, if you're like a foreigner in that family and you go visit during that, you'll get a lot of uncomfortable questions probably, and it's coming from like ignorance and curiosity. I don't think there will be genuine hate targeted towards you, but it's very rare still in our society, so you definitely get a lot of like, you know um stereotypical questions. But nowadays, as I told you, interracial marriage is getting more and more common and widespread in Korea. They're getting more accepted as community members of our society. So even if you're a foreigner in like during a holiday setting, I would say people would be very understanding of you. They, if anything, they would even give you more like polite approaches, but the questions might be a little stereotypical. They try to care for you. They try to be more inclusive and accepting of you. They try to show you that effort. I think, yeah. You can always adopt. Yeah, of course. Like I'm a big fan of adopting, and I respect everyone that adopts children. They deserve a family as well too, a loving family. But to be selfish, a little bit selfish, I would like a biological son, to be specific, that has my traits, has my eyes or face or whatever. And I would like to see myself in my child. So, yeah, I've never actually thought of adopting myself. I just have a lot of respect for it. Um, I haven't found the one in time, so I came into terms that I'll have no children. I'm a woman, by the way, so I have a time span. Yeah, so I think it's definitely way more difficult and hard for women, and I definitely understand the rush that I've been experiencing firsthand from a lot of people that I've been meeting, and I've been respecting that timeline. So nowadays, I get straight to the point when I meet someone. You can all hear this on the Patreon after show, the exclusive podcast, and I just get straight to the point. Even if we click, and even if we have good chemistry, and I feel like, oh, this might be a good relationship. If she says, like I'm in kind of a rush to get into marriage, I respect her time, and I just take a step back and say like, yeah, it's unfortunate. We're not a good match. They have that sentiment in the US also. It's like being single with no kids past 30 is a red flag. Like something must be wrong with her. Exactly. I think it's universal. Yeah. Hey, Rachel, thank you so much for the 10. Wow, too many super chats today. Thank you so much. People at my job constantly ask me if I'm married and have kids, and I'm always given a hard time for it. But I'd rather be single and childless than be with some deadbeat and raising the kid all by myself. Yeah, that's for sure. For sure. Like, if you're not in a happy marriage, if you're not really like convinced in the marriage itself, I'd rather be alone. I think that's the logical, reasonable way to think. Marrying out of social pressure is the worst outcome, I think. You're not going to be happy if you're married. You're just trying to save face for people that don't really care about you, that are judgmental in the first place. And I'd rather be alone than, you know, give into societal pressure and try to like satisfy my parents and like try to fit in. Uh, I feel like I came in at the wrong time. No, you did. You came in at the peak, the most interesting time. Please drop a like, everybody. New business idea: build assisted living communities for single elderly peeps. I think we already have that. Yeah, we have silver towns already in Korea. hmm David is grade D. You're grade A in my book. Thank you so much. Yeah. Um, it's the same in my society. I'm a D grade god. What would a grade Z be? I don't know. I last time in the live streams I show you that show airing in Korean YouTube grading people, right? And they had very strict standards. If you're over 30, you're immediately you start at grade B. You don't have any chance to be an S tier or an A tier if you're over 30. They're very strict with that. And then if your job is not like a high salary or professional or prestigious job, then you go down one more grade. And then if you don't have like assets or your net worth is under like, I don't know, 100K or whatever, you don't have a house, another grade down. And then if your visuals are like really good, then you go another grade down. So yeah. Yeah, they don't care when you're a foreigner. Yeah, that applies to a lot of situations. Hmm. I hear some I hear a vibration somewhere. It's not my phone, but yeah. Okay, here we have again. I was wondering why this comment. David, Mary, Anna, Lee, you guys are made for each other. You are very consistent, Broccoli, with that comment. Yeah. Um, I'm sure Anna is on her own journey. I haven't talked to her in a bit, but I'm sure she's uh actively looking for a partner. Wish her the best. Yeah. But okay, another news about money and the holidays. Koreans increasingly prefer gifting money in creative ways over physical presents. So, yeah, people are refusing presents. They're making these inventions where they spit out money. Like we have the money gun already. We had the tissue. So if you like pull out the tissue from the Kleenex box, it's all money wrapped together. And Korean people are making more of these creative ways to display money. Like, oh, this is cute. Wow, this is oh, I want that gift. I want this, a bouquet with 50,000 won strapped to it. So yeah, it's all about the money nowadays. I mean, whenever I ask my mom, "What do you want from her your birthday gift?" which is like in 5 days, she's always like cash. And I think it's the same for everybody. Like they're like, "Oh, don't buy me a stupid scarf or lipstick or purse or shoes. I don't need all that stuff. Just give me some allowance money and let me use it for my own good sake." It makes sense. But then doesn't it kind of look lazy at your end. But if that's what she wants, yeah, why not? I definitely prefer money as a gift. But then when your expectations are not met, you get disappointed, right? Oh, I was expecting like $200, but I only got 100. Maybe I should have just asked for the purse, which is $200, and I could have sold it for 150. Money is the best gift, to be honest. The money thing is so cool. Yeah, there are so many different ways people gift money. So I think it's to avoid the laziness aspect, they are inventing new creative ways to present money like that, like the bouquet or the cash ATM machine. Yeah. Okay, speaking of money again, in relation to money, look at this. Oh, look at this first. This is the most popular meme in Korea at the moment. The title subtitles say, "I don't have time to explain. Just hop on. Just get in the car." You know who this guy is? He's one of the most loved, beloved, and famous people of Korea. He's up there with BTS. You know who this guy is? Rachel, thank you for the $5. If you ever want to date or marry a gal from South Carolina, I'm here. Rachel, don't use your hard-earned money like $5 in that way. Okay, I appreciate it, but thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Well, yeah, this dude, he is he's the CEO. I know he's the chairman of Samsung Electronics. He's the richest man in Korea probably right now. Yeah, he's most definitely the richest man in Korea. And the reason why he's holding out his hand and saying like I don't have time to explain, just hop on is because of this. It's because of this. So if you see this chart over here, the blue line over here is Korea. This is the stock market, by the way. The S&P 500 is down there in blue. Korea is having an unprecedented stock rally right now. Everybody's getting rich. Actually, that's not true. Some people are getting rich. And the biggest factor for that is this dude over here, Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix. Those two companies are single-handedly just carrying the stock market, and it's up on a surge. It's by EPS. If you're into stocks, you'll know what that is. It's gone up 138%. S&P is 16%. China 6%. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley all said Korea earnings upgrades outpacing other markets. It's crazy. Samsung has gone up. Samsung is a heavy stock. It has gone up 400%. And people are getting FOMO. I go to McDonald's. Literally, yesterday I went to McDonald's. There were two grandpas that had white hair sitting next to me, eating McFlurries. Oh, good taste, though. Talking about Samsung stocks. That is when I know it's a peak. But it's gotten crazy. The Korean stock market is just going bazooka. And let me show you. This is absurd. This is absurd. I can't show you. Yeah, but anyways. This is the Samsung stock right now. If you see over here, it's gone from $50 to 184. It was cheaper than that. It's 49 and it's on this is crazy. Like, how can this happen? Like, I know like you guys might not be like into stocks and stuff, and you might be detached by this stuff, but this is like historic thing happening. Like, Samsung stock is moving like Bitcoin right now. It's moving like a gambling GameStop kind of thing. And the scary thing is, if you look at Morgan Stanley estimate, in 2027, Samsung's operating profit is going to be 218.5 billion, and this is going to make Samsung the most profitable company in the world. In the world. So that's over Meta, Apple, Nvidia, whatever, all those big tech companies. Google. Samsung is going to be the number one profitable company in the world in 2027. And the reason behind that is because this AI boom. Like everyone is getting into AI. Mark Zuckerberg is burning trillions of dollars into AI. Elon Musk is building a data center in this space, solar powered, and he's planning to shoot up millions of data centers and satellites with SpaceX. Who else? Google, Nvidia, whatever. They all need these chips, and they all come from these two companies over here, Samsung and SK Hynix. So, in any scenario, whoever wins, if ChatGPT wins, if Gemini wins, if Grok wins, if XAI wins, or I don't know, if Claude wins, any scenario, Samsung is needed because they're the manufacturer, and that's why they'll have the biggest profit in the world in 2027, and that's why the stocks are rallying. SK Hynix is a huge manufacturer. They were actually like bigger than at Samsung until Nvidia recently started accepting Samsung chips. But anyways, yeah. The rise is down to the price of computer processors and memory rising AI is fueling this. So, Korea is riding its high in money wise. Everyone's super happy with stocks. My mom is asking, should I go in right now? So yeah, it's crazy. This is notable. And by the way, I cashed out. I cashed out because I think there's too much excitement, and I feel like there's a crash gonna come. Maybe I'm wrong, but I cashed out a really juicy amount. So like yeah, that's good. But speaking of AI, I just brought something very funny that I thought it might get copy striked afterwards. I might have to cut it out, but this is an AI generated video about North Korea, and I thought it was very funny. So let me show you. Uh, it's very good quality if you look at it. Look at this. What? What happened? This is Lord of the Rings North Korean version. You know, Gandalf pull. This is crazy. It's not Frodo, it's Pildo. Samsung is the Sauron. And the Chamshil Tower is Sauron's tower. Yeah. This is crazy. It's really well made, isn't it? Sam, Comrade Sam. Oh my gosh. Gimli, Comrade Kimchi, not Gimli. Legolasu. Legolasu. It's like Treminasu. The bone corrupts the worker's mind. I love the plot. Okay, let's fast forward to the end. They're at the gates near the elf land. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. I wonder if why there's no gold. Yeah. Alright, well this is very creative. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, but it's getting crazy. Um let's see. Yeah, it's getting crazy. Oops, why is my Okay, there you go. Yeah, my keyboard disconnected for a while there. Yeah, this is the crazy thing I saw. Like, I saw a more crisp version. But yeah, look at this. AI is getting out of hand. This is the thing I saw. The Tom Cruise versus Brad Pitt. This is AI generated. This was generated with 2 lines of prompts. This is crazy, isn't
Film
it?
fans could be celebrating the Interview with the Vampire reunion of Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. If only
This
it
is
were
Breaking
real.
Bad.
Outrage growing across
These are all generated by
Hollywood
AI.
studios and
Wolverine
unions
versus
denouncing
Superman.
This viral video and
Titanic.
other deep fakes created using ByteDance's new AI video
This is a
generator,
Chinese
CDance 2.0.
With
Chinese
more on the
AI
unfolding controversy and what
Sea Dance? That's crazy. AI is getting too good. You know, that's just the start of it.
Oh, it's prompts. Hold out the system.
Yeah, it has like Keanu Reeves against like Tom Cruise and stuff. Yeah, it's getting out of hand.
An AI night
This was too good, too good. So anyways, the Hollywood scene is pushing back. They're like, this Chinese company, so the TikTok mother company, ByteDance, created this AI tool. And obviously it's Chinese, so it doesn't give an F about portrait rights and copyright. So China mentioned, check, yes. It's kind of scary, is it? So I don't think I'll be able to differentiate reality and AI from this point on. Like, even people like me, like on the younger side, my mom keeps on sending me stuff and she's like, this is so funny, and it's AI. I'm very worried for her. Yeah, but then, you know what? I heard, like, a very interesting take. So, there was a huge outrage from the Hollywood side saying that we need to stop this immediately, or else we won't see any of these actors anymore, because like it can all just be replicated with AI and stuff. So this is the end. This is the death of acting in Hollywood. But then there was a very interesting take saying, actually, you know what? It might be the end of new actors, but the current actors that are famous, like Tom Cruise, you know, Tom Hardy, whoever, Brad Pitt, if like Robert Downey Jr. agrees to commercialize their portrait rights at this moment when they are recognized and they're at their high, and people love like familiar faces, right, and the franchise to go on, there's no threat for them to, like, they don't have to retire from Mission Impossible series. They can keep on being James Bond forever, and they don't have to give room to new actors anymore. So actually, if you think about it, the actors might be onto this. So there was like a very scary scenario where, you know, we would never have any new faces anymore, because all the actors would be like, yeah, if AI is going to take over anyways, let me sell my portrait rights and rake in money. And like, I don't even have to act. They can just be, you know, 007 for the rest of their lives. So yeah, like when I heard that, that was like very scary. Music is becoming very AI. The music you heard was generated by AI as well. The environmental impact of using AI is not worth it. Yeah, so like for for people to use AI, it takes up massive amounts of electricity. I'm no mechanic or physicist or electrician or whatever, but from what I know, it consumes an enormous amount of electricity. That's why they're charging so much, and that's why they're building like these nuclear reactors and power plants. And that's why Elon Musk is saying like, oh, it's stupid to build nuclear reactors. Let's just go up to the space, go directly to the sun, and get unlimited, unreplenished, energy from the sun directly. Just send up like solar panels, like satellites, hundreds, millions of them up there, which I think he might do. I think he might actually accomplish that. But yeah, it also takes up a lot of water, so that's why he wants it in space. So, because like you need to cool down the systems from like generating the electricities from the power plants, from the data centers, right? So you need a lot of water, a shit ton of water to actually cool it down too. So environmentally, all that is just not really nice, not really good for the environment. But it's already begun. The AI race has begun, and people are saying this is the new fifth no, it's not even the fifth. Like there was like the industrial revolution, and then there was the information revolution, and people were saying like with blockchain or Bitcoin or whatever, there was a monetary revolution or whatever, blah 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 blah. But I definitely think the AI tech is a new singularity point. It's definitely in the history books. It's going to be marked as one of those, like, the graphs, when we go from like the turbines to like the factories to electricity to like, all that kind of thing. There's definitely going to be a point for there where AI, ChatGPT, LLMs were introduced. And then we go on from there. And then the next would be robot and humanoid. I think they're going parallel right now. So it's getting very scary. Yeah, AI uses a lot of electricity and water. People in those areas are probably paying tons more in their monthly bills. I've heard President Trump is planning to make the big tech companies pay for all of the bills in that area because of the AI thingy going on right now. Yeah. Yeah, the beginning of the end. But it's getting too real at this point. And I've had one of those Apple Vision Pros on before, or the Meta Quests, and the vision that just unfolds in front of you, it's already super realistic. So if that gets merged in like the gear, the AI tech, the robots, everything all combined at once, that welcome to the Matrix, Skynet. Yeah. Okay, last news for today, and let me wrap it up. Southeast Asia versus South Korea, K-pop fan war nobody asked for. So what's happening over here? I only picked this up randomly on, I think it was Threads or X. I wasn't like looking for it. I was like digging for some news, but then this popped up. So apparently, South Korean K-pop fans dropped racial bombs targeting Southeast Asians on social media. And it all started at a Day 6 concert in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. And a South Korean fan site master, dedicated K-pop fans who take high-quality photos of idols at events, allegedly brought in a professional camera, including long, bulky lenses, which is strongly against the event's regulations. The Malaysians who caught the fan on video quickly spread the rule break. The fan was said to have apologized, but other South Korean fans suddenly became hostile towards Southeast Asians on social media. Racial insults about faces, languages, and economy were hurled towards Southeast Asians by angry South Koreans who demanded respect for their fan idol culture. And right now, Southeast Asia is all just uniting and just, coming for these racists. And if you see the post, what did the South Koreans say about Southeast Asians over here? So first of all, they posted this K-pop, what do you call it? I mean, SEA Pop. Like this is I think it's an Indonesian band. Anyways, they're a band called they're a band called Nona. I think it was that was their name. But this is their music video, and someone said they had no money to rent a set, so they filmed in a rice field. Stuff like that. And then someone posted angry Southeast Asian woman with a picture of a, what is that, chimpanzee? Yeah. And then people clapping back saying Korean people's original faces before plastic surgery over here. And this thing just spread it. And there were more stuff, but I just didn't bring it because it was very toxic. But I mean, I already said my opinion about this on the after show, but these people, these racists, I'm just so ashamed and embarrassed of these people that they are it's not even misrepresenting. They're just like misleading. What do you call it? These people, the fact that these people are representing Korea on the internet space and everybody just like hating Korea for like these racists, these ignorant, stupid racists, it's just so frustrating for me. And you know, if it means anything, I would like to apologize on behalf of these stupid freaking racist dumb people that have probably never stepped outside of their bubble. They probably don't even have the money to travel to Southeast Asia or anywhere outside of Korea. That's why they're so stupid. They're uneducated. And like it's just so frustrating. And whatever Korea does to make their image good, or you know, bring people together with music, whatever BTS does, or whatever like any idol does, or whatever any K-drama does, there will be stupid people like this in Korea no matter what. And I think it's a universal thing as well too. Every country has its racist and stupid folks. But since Korea is like, you know, like with K-pop and K-drama and very popular overseas, and then like the jobless, stupid normies, the zombies come on the internet and start spreading those kind of stupid hate and racist stuff, and just like topple down all that we've built and gets the whole of Southeast Asia against us. It's just it's just so frustrating. And you say, a lot of people say they have a superiority complex, which might be true. The fact that they have a superiority complex inside is true, but if you think about it really, these people are probably jobless failures, people on the internet that have nothing better to do to post racist memes, or what do you call it, like pictures on the internet. And do you know any successful person, or a person that has a family, that has, you know, a decent life, that does that kind of behavior? So these people aren't superior in any sense at all. They might have a superiority complex, a mental illusion in their mindset. It's like the Nazis. It's like yeah, like they're just trash human beings, but they think they're, you know, the same as like BTS because they're the same ethnicity. Well, how stupid is that? So yeah, it's very frustrating. Welcome to the club with America. I know you guys always, whenever I like highlight some stupid behavior from like Johnny Somali or whoever, or this crazy politician or whatever that comes out from America, of course everybody knows that that person doesn't represent Americans. They're super intelligent, successful, and nice, decent, normal Americans out there, right? US citizens. Everybody knows that, but every time this kind of thing comes out and it stacks up and up and up and up and adds more to the narrative and more hate, more fuel to the fire, it just becomes like an image. And in one person's head in like Malaysia, they might wholeheartedly think, oh, that guy David, he's Korean too, so thus he's racist too. And I can't defend myself against that, because like the concept and the stereotype that's already like fixed in that person's mindset because of the series of events that have happened and that person has indirectly witnessed and experienced. So his or her logical conclusion would be that, and me saying like, oh, I'm not racist and stuff, it would be all like debunked in that person's head, and that situation is frustrating and it's very sad. Yeah. So I don't know, like, but like I think we should have like an anti-hate kind of law or whatever to like at least pull these people down from social media. And it's just very, very misleading, because like if anybody has come to Korea before and asked for help, or like just been here, they might have experienced the hospitality. And like before you say like, oh, it's only for white people, no, I know a lot of friends. Okay, the friend logic is very flawed here. But first of all, the first layer is I know a lot of friends. There's statistics. There are testimonials on the internet. There is a lot of viral content, interviews, street interviews, sample size as well. But we can't really talk about anything at that point, right? If we go statistically. But I know a lot of people. I've heard a lot of things. I've seen a lot of numbers. I've seen a lot of whatever, like university students, tourists that have come to Korea, and they are really just amazed by the culture here, by the people being very hospitable, very friendly, very nice to them, and do not discriminate. They actually try to be more friendly and kind to them. So while the normal people are trying to stack up that image, these people on the internet are just ruining it all for us. And I feel super, super bad for the Southeast Asian community that had to see those kind of things, because it's very double standard, because Koreans are one of the most outraged people whenever they face racism. Whenever we face like the slightest racist incident from, I don't know, like a Europe or wherever, it becomes like headlines, and it becomes like super sensationalized, and like everybody makes content about it. And yeah, people are like, oh, we need to cancel that place and all that. But then when they become the racists themselves, they're like enjoying it and they're laughing it off, and they have the superiority complex. So yeah, it's just very dumb. It's very dumb. Hatred breeds hatred, period. Exactly. I've come to Korea and the people I've met were super friendly and helpful towards me. It's very sad to see this kind of behavior. Yeah. There are certain groups of people out there who just earn from spreading hatred, insults, create division. Yes. People have too much time on their hands. We are all just humans trying to figure this life out. So, yeah, if it means anything, I feel very sorry for all the Southeast Asian people that had to witness this on social media. It's gross, it's disgusting, it's very uncomfortable. Please note that all Koreans don't think like this. Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I think Southeast Asian people are beautiful. They're very intelligent. Some of the most intelligent people I know are from Southeast Asia. They have massive potential. So, like, I wonder what these racists or uneducated Koreans will think, because this is sure to happen. If you know anything about economy in developing countries and whatever, social structure, Southeast Asia is going to get there. They have the manpower, they have the infrastructure, they have everything now. So they're gonna get to the point where they match South Korea, Japan, the developed countries by those, like, standards, GDP, whatever. They're definitely gonna catch up and also excel, because like Korea has no hope right now because we are a diminishing country. We have no population and we have no land. We have like, North Korea, China, Japan, America fighting over everything. So there's a lot of risk in our country, and we have no natural resources. I mean, that was the drive for our nation to become super, super competitive, and we made a miracle up till now. But countries like Southeast Asia, India are going to definitely excel us in the future, like it or not. It's so short-sighted for the current people right now in Korea to think, oh, because we're economically super developed and we all have this K-pop and K-drama, to look down upon like certain economies and certain countries. It it is so stupid. Yeah. Okay, broccoli mini is super hot. Okay. Yeah. La Lisa is super hot. Yeah, for sure. uh yeah. It's frustrating, but what can I do? 315 people. Please press the like. Okay. Anyways. Yep. So, that was it for today. I'm kind of tired because I did two live streams before this. So I'm gonna call it a day over here. Catch up with some work afterwards. Probably record a podcast for the Patreon. So please go check it out if you would like to support the channel to keep it going, and give me some extra allowance money for maybe, I don't know, 설날, as like a 용돈. That's what the adults do usually. Oh wow, somebody bought me a coffee. Three pizzas from Swim Bike Run Kathy. Thank you so much for the 3 pizzas on Buy Me a Coffee. But check out Patreon, folks, if you can. And I'll be uploading a new podcast episode within Solar. So, hope you enjoyed this one as well too. Thank you for the Valentine's Day wishes. Have a peaceful Sunday yourself. Yep, I wish all people live by the golden rule as well. Anyways, see ya, and next time it's going to be, yeah, I'll be in Seoul, but yeah, let's catch up next time. Bye bye. Trying to get a thumbnail. Let me look. Shook. No. Oh, why does... Oh, that looks pretty controversial. I need to be very careful with my hand gestures, because like that kind of looked very, very you know what? Actually, yesterday I was looking at one of my favorite channels. It's a stock channel, obviously. And then the thumbnail they put up, I was like, really? Obviously, it's not intended to be like that. But I just have to show you this because it was so freaking funny to me that somebody would put up a thumbnail like that. Where is it? Hey, look at this. Do you see this thumbnail over here? Remember what happened to Elon? Where'd it go? Did you see that thumbnail? Look at this. I mean, this guy is just like an analyst. Does it resemble anything? Like, do you think this thumbnail is okay? I don't know. Maybe it's just me seeing stuff. But does it seem like anything, guys? Doesn't it seem awfully similar to like something like this? Okay. Okay. Please end the live. I need to go to sleep. Yes.